They wound up in Weehawken, New Jersey, living in what they called genteel poverty. They must be rich, because Angela had never heard a poor person use words like that. Angela's mother was a pure Irish woman, mean, bitter, and stubborn as all hell. She called herself a displaced Irish woman. When she said this, Angela's father would whisper, "She means she hates displace." Her father was born in Dublin, but his family was Greek, from Zeus. Angela's mom was from Belfast and constantly bitched about the huge mistake of marrying a Southerner with Greek longings. When Angela was a teenager, her mother went on and on about the glories of Ireland. All types of Irish music, jigs and reels, hornpipes and bodhrans, were shoved down Angela's throat, and a huge green harp hung on the kitchen wall. Angela's father, meanwhile, wasn't allowed to play Theodracus or any of the music he loved, and Angela had never even heard Zorba's dance until she was 20. When the Micks lay down the rules, they're laid in granite. It was no wonder they'd coined the phrase, "no surrender." All the songs of rebellion, the history of the IRA, were drilled into Angela's psyche. She was programmed to love the Irish, and her plan was to go to the country and have an affair with Gerry Adams. Yeah, he was happily married, but that didn't ruin her fantasy. Actually, it fueled it. Despite her years in America, she had a slight Irish accent. She liked the way she spoke, was told she sounded hot by the older guys who tried to pick her up. They often succeeded. When she was in junior high and high school, she went to technical college and learned Excel and PowerPoint. But she knew her real talent was seduction. By the time she was 20, she'd learned all about the power of sex. She worked her way through the crappy jobs and a string of asshole boyfriends. Angela wasn't pretty in the conventional sense, but she knew how to use what she had, and by Jesus, she used it. She was medium height with brown eyes and brown hair, but she changed all that. Went blonde, went blue-eyed, went wild. She got a boob job, contacts for her eyes, and already had the attitude. Then her mother died and they cremated her. Her father said he wanted her burned, lest she return. Angela got the ashes, kept them in an urn on her bookcase. When Angela's ashes came out, she rushed out and bought the book, thinking it had to be some kind of sign or something. She didn't bother reading it, but she liked having it on her shelf. Other books she bought but never read included "'Tis" and "A Monk Swimming." She also had some DVDs like Angela's Ashes, Far Away, and The Commitments. When it came to music, only the Irish stuff really did it for her. Enya, Moya Brennan, and, of course, U2. She would have stepped on Gerry Adams to get to Bono. Most of her money went on clothes. The most basic lesson she learned was that if you wore a short skirt, killer heels, and a tight top, guys went ape. Her legs were good, and she knew how to hike a skirt to really get the heads turning. She saved her money and went online to book a week in Belfast, brought the urn with her, which caused some commotion with Homeland Security. But in the end, she was allowed to bring her mom if she stashed her in freight, which she did. She stayed at the Europa, the most bombed hotel in Europe. That's what Frommer said anyway. And the customers were pretty bombed themselves. The city was a shithole. Drab, gray, depressing. And the sterling, what was the deal with that? And people kept getting on her about Iraq like she had any freaking say about it. She did all the sightseeing crap. Maybe seeing blown-up buildings did it for some people, but it bored the hell out of her. When she threw her mom's ashes into the foil, there was a wind, of course, and most of her mother flew back into her hair. When she told the old guy at the hotel desk what had happened, he said, "'Tis proof, darling, that the dead are always with us." Evenings, she ate at the hotel and had drinks at the bar. She didn't want to go out, not because she was afraid.